Hello, welcome back to GMT. I'm David Eads. Now, we've been taking a very close look at Zimbabwe's elections in GMT today, the first time that the country's had a ballot without Robert Mugabe's name listed. He's 94, of course. Now, the main opposition candidate is Nelson Chamisa, who is 40 years old. Now, that's important because I want to turn to another African election coming up, Nigeria. The vote is still some months away, actually, but it is experiencing a bit of a youth movement because of a change of law just last year. The Not Too Young to Run bill was introduced, and it lowers the presidential age limit from 40 to 35. So that's opened up the field to people like our next guest. And joining me live from New York is Chike Interview, who is going to be contesting the presidential election in Nigeria next year. Chike, thanks very much for joining us. Obviously, you're allowed to do it because you are 35, so you fit the legal framework now. Is that the extent of your qualification?
Actually, no. It's funny you asked that, right? Because I've gotten that question so many times. Actually, I tell people, if you look at the current crop of candidates who are running, I believe I'm actually the most qualified. The three things that I run on, entrepreneurship, education, and technology, are three things that I have worked on for the last decade. In addition to having a biomedical engineering background, I was a Colin Powell Fellow in Public Policy. I took MBA courses at UPenn. I have an executive leadership certificate from Cornell, as well as venture capital and investments from Stanford. So when you look at the education as well as the experience in dealing with or empowering untapped and disconnected communities through tech education and entrepreneurship, I believe I should be one of the most qualified candidates running today.
Well qualified and dealing with issues of the future, of today, but of the future, for a country where there are, of course, a vast number of younger people. But it is also fair to say you are an unknown, aren't you? You haven't lived in the country for, how long, 16 years or so?
Yes. However, though, I've gone home so many times. My parents still live there. My brother also lives there. I launched a scholarship program in 2014. My brother runs a software development agency that teaches young people how to code and all that, and I'm very involved in that. So I definitely understand the heartbeat of the nation, and I understand the problems. Yeah.
Chike, you come over as you're a bright guy. You want to take on a huge challenge here. I guess there will be many people within Nigeria, politicians in particular, who are mired in the reality of day-to-day politics there, who will look at you and think you haven't got a prayer. I'm not trying to be patronizing there, but it is a corrupt world. It is a very challenging world. Where do you fit into that?
David, I usually like to say this. I actually don't think corruption is our main problem. I think the main problem we have is the fact that we have leadership that has no vision, right? So the lack of vision has put tribe before nation, or their secular friends and their families before the entire nation, and that's the problem we have. I mean, I say we live in a country where, you know, judges sell black and brown kids to the prison system, so corruption is not a problem. It's the leaders. We have leaders who do not understand the importance of putting the nation before their self-interest.
Right, but I wonder if they're going to be saying, but they will be saying of you, you say we don't understand the importance of the problems that we face. They would say to you, you really don't get the reality of the way this system works. Because, come on, let's be honest, it is a corrupt society. It's a corrupt political network.
Well, so, like I said, that corruption exists everywhere. I mean, part of the problem they have is they live through colonialism, where the UK actually came and taught them these corrupt practices. But in order to solve the problem we have in Nigeria, especially with regards to corruption, you need a leader who understands the problem of the people, who understands the heartbeat of the nation, and can postulate theories or postulate solutions based on that. If you talk about corruption...
We'll no doubt speak to you again in the months coming up. We're running out of time now, but certainly not too young to run. Chike, thanks very much indeed for joining us. Chike Interview here on GMT.